This video is sponsored by Custom Covers. In today's video, we are going to be
driving through New Mexico, Arizona,
historic Mesilla, Bisbee, Tombstone, Tucson, the abandoned domes of Casa Grande, Phoenix, and eventually Quartzsite. Coming up next.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Our KOA here in Anthony, Texas is barely a mile away from the New Mexico state line. In fact, the town straddles both states, so soon after I depart, I encountered this huge New Mexico sign. And since my old New Mexico picture wasn't all that great, I am going to make a brand new one, right here, with this humongous sign. I also decided to stop at the visitor center. Let's check out the welcome center. Okay, I guess this one is not open anymore. I have to visit the one at Las Cruces. Oh well. I like the fact that they make these welcome centers kind of folkloric. Alright, let's continue. New Mexico awaits. Oh, check it out. Flying saucer. Yeah, we might pass by Roswell at some point. And there's Minitini in New Mexico. It doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to put that New Mexico sticker this time around either, because I think I'm just gonna drive through. But I mean, I'll put it on the way back for sure. And I'm getting worried about my battery. I'll tell you more about it later. We are approaching Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I'm going to stop here at the Walmart for a few minutes, get my bearings, and come up with a brand new travel plan. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's pass by historic Mesilla here nearby, and we'll save the rest of Las Cruces for another time. The GPS keeps pronouncing it Mesilla, but I wonder if the correct way would be as you would in Spanish, Mesilla, as in small mesa, since this was part of Mexico until 1853. Apparently, during the Wild West era, this used to be a pretty happening place, which attracted the likes of Billy the Kid and even Mexican revolutionary Pancho Villa. Here to the left, we have the historic Plaza de Mesilla. The gazebo at the center had to be rebuilt in 2014 due to structural problems. Here, by the end, we have the Basilica San Albino, a Catholic church, the current building dating back to 1906, although the original first church was built in 1852. And here we see some of these typical New Mexican adobe constructions. Let's continue, although I've made a mental note to return to Mesilla and Las Cruces someday. Well, we've been going up a pretty long, steep grade here, almost at the top, and pretty nice view looking back. Every time you travel near the Mexican border, you will encounter one of these border patrol checkpoints shortly after. Isn't it starting to look like the desert in Breaking Bad? They have all these billboards here advertising this trading post coming up called Aquila Flats. It has tourist trap written all over it, but it has good reviews on Google, so I might visit next time I'm in southern New Mexico.
Driving to the west, driving through New Mexico, Arizona, even California. I'm gonna get my kicks on 66. The mountains and the desert are my fix.
I think we're gonna skip the thing. I've got something much better in mind. We are crossing the Continental Divide here, which, to be honest, it is a little anticlimactic in this flat desert. The Loveland Pass in Colorado was way more dramatic.
11,980 feet above sea level. It's kind of cold, and as you can see, this is the
west, into the sunset, driving to the west.
So many trains.
Getting into Utah, Colorado, high above sea level is my motto. Into the thin air, I might see a bear. Nothing like the west doesn't compare. Driving through the west in my RV is where I wanna be.
As we continue towards Arizona, it becomes increasingly picturesque. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the plan is here in a second. We're going to take a detour. Oh, it's getting too hot in here. Alright. It's supposedly about 20 more minutes down this road. But since on this road I might be able to actually go at the speed limit, it might even be the same time. So besides, sometimes it is better to take some of these secondary roads. This could be interesting. The only problems with this road is that sometimes, as you see, it is not as well maintained as the interstate. But we'll see, maybe it's just this little part here. This is New Mexico Highway 80 going south. Very picturesque. Look at that. This small town here is called Rodeo, New Mexico. And here we are. We have made it to Arizona. Okay, let me tell you what the plan is. As you saw, we left El Paso, Anthony actually, passed by Las Cruces and continue west on I-10. Then we took a detour on this very picturesque State Route 80 and crossed into Arizona. Now we're going to continue, hugging the Mexican border and then back north through Bisbee. We're going to stop at Tombstone, and then by Benson we rejoin I-10 towards Tucson. That's the plan anyways. Before we continue, let me tell you about Custom Covers, our sponsor. They build these steel covers, very durable, to protect your RV from the elements when you are not using it. They come in different colors, they are available in 29 states with 2 to 4 week lead time. Call Lisa at 501-455-4442 and be sure to ask about the Traveling Robert discount. After a short recess here by the Arizona state line, I continue due southwest on this beautiful road. There's a historical marker coming up. Let's see what it is. Quick stop here on the side of the road. This is the Geronimo Surrender's monument.
The last Apache chief. By the way, Arizona is a state of incredible beauty. Really, really in awe at the beauty of this state. Look, everywhere you look. It's magnificent. So lucky to be here. Okay, let's continue towards Tombstone. At this rate, we'll never make it. As soon as we hit Arizona, no cell signal.
We are almost by the border town of Douglas, Agua Prieta on the other side. Okay, let me make sure I turn right here, otherwise we'll end up in Mexico. Yeah, that's pretty much the border. Mexico is actually about a mile away to the south.
Bisbee, Arizona. Coming up.
And here we are, entering Bisbee. This was founded as a mining town back in 1880, and it's considered nowadays one of the quirkiest towns in America. It certainly is picturesque. As we enter the historic district, here to the right we have the Bisbee Mining and Historical Museum. I would love to explore, but I'm afraid that won't be possible today. There won't be a way to park here, at least not with a trailer in tow. Today we're probably just going to be able to drive through and return in the future with better planning or a camper van. It is such a cute, picturesque town. Well, I took a wrong turn and had to turn around, but might as well take advantage and stop here for this view.
Here's another quick view of the town from up here, and we continue towards Tombstone. Hopefully I'll find parking.
Here we are, Tombstone. Parking might be a challenge since they don't allow RVs, as you can see. Luckily, there is parking on the side of the main highway.
Well, I parked here. It's a couple of blocks away. I hope there is no problem. All the parkings were for cars only, so this is interesting. So the high school is for sale. Interesting. You see, if we had something like that, we could have parked. Well, anyways, here's the famous Tombstone, Arizona. Not very busy today.
Here's the Birdcage Theater, which used to be a saloon and a theater and a poker room. Across the street, they have this touristy shop. Let's venture inside the Birdcage.
That is a 45 Ricochet, and back over in this corner in the green paint, just to the right of Fatima, that's a 44 bullet hole straight into 1881, and you can spend all the time you want. There's a lot to see, take a lot of pictures. Admission is $12 for adults.
Well, here's the original bar. As you probably overheard, admission is $12 for adults, if you want to see the rest. Might do that later, but I don't know if it is worth it. Meanwhile, let's just walk around a little bit, check out the town. Here's a Doc Holliday's Saloon.
I feel like Marty McFly in Back to the Future Part 3. Very touristy.
It is a very picturesque town, with mountains all around.
Oh, the OK Corral, that's where they have the reenactment. Huh?
Here's a Big Nose Skates Saloon, and they've got food, so let's go in. I'm kinda hungry. Cool, they even have live music. I have, of course, an IPA, as I usually do.
It's the cowboy cheesesteak. That's interesting.
This is the area where you can dress up and take a picture with the old piano.
It's time to go. Let's continue.
Now that I've quenched my thirst and hunger, we can continue. There's the OK Corral, where they do the gunfight reenactment. And that's where I parked. Way out there.
Oh, that's where the gunfight takes place, but you have to pay for that one, so... It's free in the weekend on the street, so... We'll come back.
Let's continue walking around, see what else there is. There's another saloon theater here.
Theater. Here's the courthouse from 1882.
I overheard someone say that the Courthouse Museum was outstanding, and it's only $7, so let's check it out. Here we have what looks like some torture devices. Oh wait, I think he was a doctor. Yep, lots of old pictures and all these old artifacts at this place. Old mining equipment, like this dry panning apparatus. Here's an old piano, actually the first piano here in Tombstone. And the talking machine. The post office. Well, let's go upstairs into the attorney's office.
Well, Your Honor.
As you may have guessed, This is the courtroom. Well, there are a lot of interesting things to see here at the museum, but we must continue.
Let's go back to the main drag.
How you doing today?
Hi, how are you?
So far, so good.
As you can see, not all the attractions are on the main drag, which is actually a segment of East Allen Street. I'll be honest, I did expect it to be livelier here, but it is a Thursday afternoon, so...
Most of the town is stores. Oh, they have a winery.
The Silver Strike Winery, yeah. It is too bad I have to continue driving all the way to Tucson.
So we learn as we get older. Well, it's nice talking to you guys.
By the way, I anticipated this and went to the local RV park, but it was fully booked, so I gotta go. Also, the dirt road is kind of fake, you know, for show. There's actually pavement underneath. If you don't believe me, look on Google Street View. Street musician.
This is where I ate at the Big Nose Saloon. It is much emptier now. Anyways, that wine place was really tempting.
Only area tour by Stagecoach.
Well, and that's pretty much the main drag. It's just like 2 city blocks, you know, and very touristy. Let's check out the Birdcage Theater one last time here. And I do believe at night they have like ghost tours here.
There you go. Gotta give the governor his, you know how that goes. Let's go. Okay, ready to go ahead?
We'll do this next time because right now I've gotta go.
Actually, before we go, let's check out one of these stores. Let's see what they have. Yeah, I've always wanted a cowboy hat.
No, my head is too big. My head is still too big.
Well, Tombstone was fun, wasn't it? In hindsight, I'm thinking maybe I should have done the birdcage, you know, paid the $12 to see the whole thing. Because it was a pretty famous place here from 1881 to 1889. And apparently they have 120 bullet holes throughout the building to prove it. When it finally closed in 1892, the building wasn't reopened until 1934, and it was like a time capsule, so it would have been neat to see it. Maybe next time. Well, we drove really close to the Mexican border, so it was only a matter of time before we encountered another one of these border patrol checkpoints. I guess they usually just let you drive through. The one time that they stopped me and asked me questions, I didn't have the camera on. Go figure. Well, we are approaching Benson. I'm kind of tired, so the plan is to stop at a Walmart just before Tucson. Well, here I am, and it's all great except for all the no overnight parking signs, which means I am going to have to stay somewhere else. I saw an RV park about a mile back, which by the way is not listed in the All Stays app, so I call and they have one vacant site, so off I go. It is called Cactus Country, and here I am.
Stay here. This place seems pretty nice. It's called Cactus something, but check it out. I guess it is true what they say about the desert sunsets.
Well, it is very nice to have full hookups and Wi-Fi, since I'm going to be boondocking for the next few nights.
Good morning. Well, this is where I stayed last night, here at the Cactus Country RV park. It's pretty nice. I was actually really tired and kind of desperate last night, so it was a welcome surprise. And here they have a Cactus Garden. We've seen those before on the road.
Yes, it is a very nice cactus garden. All kinds of different species.
All this cacti.
Of course, we are kind of in the middle of the desert.
Arizona has to be like the most beautiful state ever. Well, one of the most beautiful, for sure. Well, that's a pretty big cactus here by the park office. It's a shame I have to go, but I have to go. Well, I'm living here.
Continue for half a mile.
Thank you. This cactus campground, and yeah, I guess this is the exit. Okay, cool. And you might ask, what's the hurry, Robert? Why you have skipped so many places along the way? And yeah, I sure have. By the way, hear that sound? I think my power steering is. It's on its last leg. I have a mission, and the mission is to make it to Quartzsite before they take down the tent, the big tent, and that would be today or tomorrow. So today's Friday, by the way. They take it down the tent on Sunday. But I wanted to make it to Quartzsite before the RV show finished. Now, after tomorrow, the real adventure begins because
In a quarter mile, turn left onto South Houghton Road.
Because I can take it slower from there. This beautiful area.
New Mexico, Arizona, even California. I'm gonna get my kids on 66. The mountains and the desert are my fix. Driving to the west in my RV is where I wanna be.
There's a Picacho Peak coming up ahead on the left.
Into the sunset, driving to the west. Driving to the west. Into the sunset, driving to the west. best.
All of a sudden, saguaro cacti everywhere. When people go to Florida or California, they're all excited about the palm trees. Well, you have no idea how excited I am to see the saguaro cacti. It is so typical and emblematic of the Arizona desert. Gonna see lots of those in the next few days. We're going to take a quick detour here, and I have to make a U-turn. Let's check out the abandoned domes of Casa Grande. I was tempted to say Casa Grande, but I've learned recently you're not supposed to pronounce the E at the end, so Casa Grande. Oh, these are pretty cool. Interesting. And I always heard that the acoustics in here, look at that, listen to that, this is amazing. Hey-oh. 1, 2, yes. Wow. Ooh, there is someone there in that U-Haul truck. Well, anyways, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, so I'm going to leave. But there you go, those are the famous abandoned domes. Well, let's check them off the list. I've always wanted to come here, at the abandoned domes of Casa Grande. Their origin is somewhat mysterious. Apparently, they are an unfinished computer manufacturing facility from back in the 80s, but I haven't been able to find any definitive information about them. I didn't see the no trespassing sign. Oh well. But there's someone in there with a U-Haul truck. I don't want to intrude if there's someone there. Maybe the new owner of the property? But it would have been cool to explore. Okay, off to Quartzsite we go. Well, I am pretty much going to drive non-stop all the way to Quartzsite. It's a Unity.
Riding in my RV.
So here we are approaching Phoenix. Right now we're just driving through, but I'm going to spend a couple of days here on the way back. It is so cool to see the Los Angeles sign. Anyway, at least symbolically, it means that I've almost driven cross country, since that is actually the next major city, LA.
I'm free in my RV, yeah.
And I forget to tell you what happened to my battery. Well, on those nights boondocking on my way from Florida, I depleted it pretty bad. And then at the campground in El Paso, it would not charge, and I was like, what's happening? It was only last night at Cactus Country that I realized that one of my breakers had tripped, the one for the circuit that converts AC to DC and charges the battery and runs, the 12-volt systems. So my fridge was working off propane and all my lights, and everything else continued to deplete the battery. Hopefully, last night I think I got a good charge, because we're going to be boondocking for the next few days here in Quartzsite, Arizona. On the next video, we'll experience the RV extravaganza that is Quartzsite in the winter. We'll get to hang out with fellow YouTubers and even sneak into one of their live videos. We'll check out the big tent at the Quartzsite RV show. We'll attend meetups and meet even more YouTubers and viewers. We'll have campfires and even take a dirt road and visit a secluded bar in the middle of the desert. All that and more on the next video. So subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss any of that. If you have enjoyed traveling with us, make sure you are subscribed and check out my other videos. Also, share it with your friends, spread the word, and leave me a comment. Now, if you really liked it, you have a chance to show your support at patreon.com/travelingrobert. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you on the road.